The separation of talent and skill is one of the greatest misunderstood concepts for people who are trying to excel, who have dreams that want to do things. Talent you have naturally. Skill is only developed by hours and hours and hours of beating on your craft.
I've never really viewed myself as particularly talented. Where I excel is ridiculous, sickening work ethic. You know, while the other guy's sleeping, I'm working. While the other guy's eating, I'm working.
There's no easy way around it. No matter how talented you are, your talent is going to fail you if you're not skilled. You know, if you don't study, if you don't work really hard and dedicate yourself to being better every single day, you'll never be able to communicate with people, with your artistry, the way that you want. So
the only thing that I see that is distinctly different about me is I'm not afraid to die on a treadmill. You might have more talent than me, you might be smarter than me, but if we get on the treadmill together, right, there's two things. You're getting off first, or I'm going to die.
You must have faith. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe in your abilities. You've got to believe in your service, your company, your ideas, unquestionably. You've got to have faith, and that faith gives you patience. That it's not going to happen as quickly as you want it to happen.
It's your dream. If you want it to happen, get your butt up and make it happen. If you want it to happen, rise and grind.
I dare you not to go back to sleep. I dare you to get up, and I dare you to chase your dreams. It's possible you could win. Whatever comes to you, don't run from it. Don't try and duck it like most people do. Step toward it. You want to make your dream come true, you got to stay focused. Some people rather get even than get ahead. Stay focused on where you want to go. Where are you going with your life?
I've never seen somebody so afraid to fail. I've never seen a society so afraid to fail. Pride and ego have taken the forefront of athletes' work ethic, pushing back the vulnerable mentality it takes to improve one's game. We obsess over perfection while forgetting the process of imperfection it takes to get there. Show me a player who's shooting 100% in practice, and I'll show you a player who's not taking game-like shots. Show me a player who doesn't lose the ball, and I'll show you a player who isn't going hard enough. Show me a player who doesn't make mistakes, and I'll show you a player who's not getting better. It's funny because the other day, a player came up to me and said, "Hey Trey, how many free throws did you miss?" I said, 14. What about you? He said with a smirk on his face, 0. I said, well, how many did you shoot? He said 15. I said, I shot 100. Fail harder. I challenge every hooper who steps foot on that court. Fail harder. Don't worry about what your coach may think. Don't worry about your friends judging you. Nobody. Any coach who bashes you for taking a risk and making a mistake, he's no longer a coach. He's a critic. Any friend who judges you for your mistakes in practice aren't your friends anyway. While they're busy critiquing, let's get better. Let's see who really has the last laugh. Tell them to enjoy their time now, because our time is coming. All we did was take the long way, the right way. Fail harder now, so you can succeed easier later.
One game to give it your absolute all. But it's not what you do during the game. It's what you did before the game to prepare. It's what you did in practice. It's how much dedication you put in during the off season? Did you hit the party or did you hit the weights? Did you run your mouth or did you run the stairs? Did you treat your last set like it was your first? What were your meals like? Did you eat grilled chicken or did you have French fries? What were your practices like? Did you sprint through the finish line or did you slow down just before? You see, the game is won way before you're under those lights. It's won in the weeks and months and years leading up to your matchup. It's how much film you've watched. It's how many plays you've read. It's how you've studied your opponent in and out to know his every move. So you've got one question to ask yourself before you walk out that tunnel. Did you prepare like you were the best, or are you just winging it?
We all wake up in the morning when the sun rises, and we have an opportunity that lies before us. We have a multitude of tasks at our disposal, and we can either be productive or we can seek instant gratification. But that choice is up to us. But it's something even more than just about putting in the work and the effort. It's something more than that. And it all starts with your mind. Because the first step before anyone else believes it is you have to believe it. It is all about your belief system, your thought process of how you're going to succeed by carrying out the activities that you carry out to reach the ultimate goal that you envision. You gotta believe that this is what I'm gonna do. This is how I'm going to do it. And no one or nothing is gonna ever stop me from reaching that goal.
If you start something, finish to the best of your ability. Sacrifice who you are today to become who you want to be. We don't get these moments for long. So no more what ifs, no more maybes. So show them who you really are today. Show them great.
The person who has the slightest doubt, well, you might as well not even try. Because he who says he can and he who says he cannot are both usually right. That 9 times out of 10, the person who truly believes that he's going to succeed will.
If you work hard, you can't have it. It ain't nothing you can't have if you're willing to work for it. It ain't nothing you can't have if you're willing to persevere, if you're willing to stick in there, if you're willing to stay, if you're willing to fight. It ain't nothing you can't have.
Everyone has the ability to be great, but it's all up to you. How bad do you want it? How much are you willing to do for it? But most importantly, do you believe that it's going to happen?
I do not believe that any of us have dreams that were not given to us for the purpose of accomplishing those particular dreams.
If you feel you have something to give, if you feel that your particular talent is worth developing, is worth caring for, then there's nothing you can't achieve.
So I applaud you for your dreaming, for your running toward your dream. I applaud you for believing in yourself, because that's what life is about. Stretching and challenging, looking for ways that you can begin to improve yourself. Not only is it possible for you to have your dream, but it's necessary. It's necessary that you go for what is yours in the universe. Logical, practical thinking says you can't do it today. But if you want to produce unreasonable results in your life, like living your dream and taking charge of your destiny, you've got to be an unreasonable person.
When you grow up, you tend to get told that the world is the way it is. Your life is just to live your life inside the world, try not to bash into the walls too much. That's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact. Everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. Once you learn that, you'll never be the same again.
If it's hard, why do people do it? Why do they do it? People who climb mountains. Why would a Nelson Mandela give up 26 years of his life? Why do people do that? Even though it's hard, it's worth it. It's worth it. The people who go after that stuff, what makes it worth it? It's got to be your passion. You got to love it. It's got to be what you are supposed to do. You do what it is you're supposed to. You're supposed to build something. You're supposed to create something. I don't know how to do it. Learn. Let me share something with you. History is being read, but it's also being written by people with imagination. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop running toward your dream.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us.
So you thought it was the end of the story. You thought that one single event, that one single moment was enough for him to stand amongst the greats.
Sleep? I don't sleep. You thought that was it?
Well, you thought it was over. Well, let's just get started. This is the part where you reinvent yourself. It's time to get tested, to test your will, your endurance. It's time to test your heart, to test your living.
It's about no days off, no weekends, no holidays, no birthdays. Listen to me, no days off. It's about gaining the competitive edge. You can't afford to make excuses. No excuses when you feel pain. And trust me, you will feel it. And all you want to do is give up. And all you want to do is give in. When you feel like you've given all you got, you got to take one more step. You got to run one more lap. You got to throw one more punch until you reach the top.
More than just a man. If you devote yourself to an ideal, they can't stop you. Then you become something else entirely. Legend.
You go after and you give it all you have. If you lose, at least you try, man. I failed. It's 10 times more of a man than someone said, what if? Because what if never went to the arena?
That's called courage. Now that's the stuff leaders should be made of.
You think something's wrong, maybe it's time to stop. No, it's time to move even further. Mentally, you must believe it before you physically start.
I choose to rise, not fall. I choose to live, not die. The day will be that day. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now, right here. Belief will change my world. History will remember me. I will define myself. I will never go out, not knowing I've given everything I've got. Who am I?